short time. We have the good moments, the happy times, the great times, the wins, the losses, beauty, love, horror, pain, sadness. Fame and love. Mostly love. We had him only through the spring of his life. There'll be no summer nor fall for David Carl Allison. But we'll hold what we have close and dear and in our hearts and minds for a long, long time to come. Fare thee well, Davy. Fare thee well.
TBS Sports and Motor Week Productions present the running of the NASCAR Winston Cup Miller Genuine Draft 500 at the Pocono International Raceway. To describe today's action, Ken Squire and Neil Bonnet.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ken Squire, along with Neil Bonnet, 40 race teams, and some 100,000 racing fans today. Everyone here, and I suspect you at home, come to this event with heavy hearts and misty eyes. And we're going to go racing. That's what this sport, that's what this community is all about. That's what Davey Allison's about. That's what Davey would have done.
That's exactly right, Ken. Davey Allison, what a competitor and what a person. It's times like this you question what you do next. I know one thing, our hearts and prayers are out to the Allisons. Judy, Bobby, Liz, the entire Allison family. I questioned myself, what do you do next? And I had some pretty good advice I'd like to share with you. Just a couple of nights ago, I sat down with Bobby Allison, and Bobby's the very person that told me, said, Neil, you make commitments throughout your life. When something like this happens, the only way to get it behind you is to fulfill those commitments and carry on. Ken, we must carry on. It's going to be tough, but I think that's what we have to do.
Thank you, Neil. Before we go racing, we invite all of you here in Pocono, along with our audience at home, to rise and observe a minute of silence in honor of our friend, Davey Allison.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Traditional command being given to 40 racing teams to fire up their motors and be ready to do battle here this afternoon at Pocono International Raceway. Great to have you with us here on TBS Sports. I'm Rick Benjamin in the STP Pit Center. We'll be keeping track of a variety of stories for you all throughout the afternoon here at Pocono. Beautiful weather day. Temperature in the upper 80s, and as Ken Squire told you, a packed house here to see the second Winston Cup event of the season, the Miller Genuine Draft 500 here at Pocono International Raceway. Just a few weeks ago, Kyle Petty took the measure of the field here. Today, he'll be starting pretty far back. Ken Schrader will have the pole as we will talk to him in just a couple of moments here today. But it's a wonderful day for racing and a full crowd here to see everything that is going to unfold this afternoon, and we're going to bring it all to you here on TBS. Let's get the thoughts this afternoon of the pole sitter. Randy Pemberton is standing by with Kenny Schrader.
Well, thank you, Rick Benjamin. Kenny Schrader has certainly had a roller coaster ride this season. You've had some great runs. You've had some good qualifying efforts, some good finishes. Second here last time, last weekend, taken out early in a crash. What's it going to be this week? Can you be a prophet? Are you going to be able to go to victory lane?
Let's say that the whole Kodiak team came to this race geared up for it. You know, we've had two good runs here in qualifying. Run second to Kyle in the race last month. He was dominant. Car's been running good. We're sure going to try, but I wouldn't make no guarantees on anything.
Any keys to getting around here? I know you had a great qualifying effort, but what about getting around here during the race? Will it change on you?
Well, it's going to change a little bit. It's hotter today, and it's a different temperature here it was last month. So we're just going to have to kind of play by ear. We weren't as happy as we'd like to have been with the car yesterday afternoon and changed a couple springs, so we think we'll be better.
All right, thank you, Randy. On the outside of the front row today, a driver who has not had much success this year. We talked with him a few moments ago. Bill Elliott is with the editor of Stock Car Racing Magazine, Dr. Dick Bergman.
1993 has been the toughest year in Bill Elliott's entire career. It has been an uncharacteristic season with no wins, no poles, no top 5 finishes. Indeed, the average finish has been 17th. But Bill Elliott is here this afternoon, starting on the outside pole with a very strong car and a very strong run. Strong enough to salvage the season, Bill?
Well, we would like to hope so. You know, in this business, you kind of take it a race at a time. But, you know, the main thing is just try to get the season something going to really work on next year, because I think Dale kind of sacrificed last year to come back to do what he's doing this year, and I think that's where we need to work on at this particular point in time. You know, so we'll probably keep trying different things, and we might not be where we need to be at the end of the year, but hopefully we're working all toward a goal on next year.
Now, he's won 4 here at Pocono, and I bet he'd trade every one of them for a win this afternoon. Rick Benjamin?
Thank you, Dr. Dick Bergman. Undoubtedly he would. It has been not the strongest of years, as you just heard Bill Elliott describe, but they're looking ahead already to 1994. Many of these teams, they'll want a good second half of the season. Of course, a tight point battle. Dale Earnhardt in command of the Winston Cup point standings at this juncture of the season as we are moving into the second half of the 93 campaign. But a lot of other money is up for grabs in the top 10 positions. Let's take a look now as we will cover lots of different stories for you today. In the garage area, Johnny Hayes is standing by.
Welcome to the garage area. This is not a fun place to be right now. You can see everything's empty, not a thing happening. Everybody's up on pit road. This is the place where nobody wants to be early. And it's my job to talk to these people when they have to come in here early. I think I'd just soon work maybe cleaning up the septic tanks. It's about the same kind of job.
Okay, thank you, John. Neil Bonnet, Ken Squire topside as they're coming around in the first of the 2 preliminary laps today. Well, consider this. We've got a field that's 2 7/10 of a second apart from first to 40th. Top 23 just 1 second apart on this 2.5-mile track. Neil, this is going to be a dandy.
Yeah, you know, all the guys really, they ran here a month ago, so they really know what they want to come back here and have something to run with. So they shouldn't have any excuses. Everybody should be quick today.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup now for this 20th annual on the Haviland grid. The pole sitter is Ken Schrader, and he's there with a new track record, breaking Alan Kowicki's old mark at 162.934 miles an hour. Bill Elliott, 3-time winner, here's outside of the front row. Going to row 2, there you find Ricky Rudd, the winner at Michigan last month, and the winner at Talladega in May. Ernie Irvan is on the outside there. Row 3 today, it's Mark Martin still looking for that first win of the season, and Jimmy Hensley's at his best qualifying effort of the year. Good going, Jimmy. In row 4, Bobby Labonte, the impressive freshman out of Texas, and Morgan Shepherd, currently ranked 4th in the Winston Cup standings. In row 5, it's Derek Cope, former winner of the 500, looking very good, and Brett Bodine in Kenny Bernstein's Ford. Row 6 is Dale Earnhardt, the current point leader, and Hutch Strickland in the Junior Johnson Ford. Row 7, Jeff Bodine, and Bobby Hillen Jr. will be alongside. In row 8, it's Sterling Marlin. He has 4 straight top 10 finishes. Michael Waltrip is there beside him. Ran second in '88 here at Pocono. Row 9, Ted Musgrave says he's going to win this thing. He's been 5th the last 2 times. And the 5-time winner in '93, Rusty Wallace. Row 10 today, Kyle Petty, who dominated this race last month, and Jeff Gordon. He was second at Charlotte and Michigan thus far in his rookie year. Row 11 is going to be Harry Gant and Wally Dallenbach Jr. Row 12 is Dale Jarrett and Jimmy Spencer. Row 13, Rick Wilson and Greg Sachs. For row 14, a 4-time winner at Pocono there, Darrell Waltrip, Phil Parsons beside him. Row 15, it's Rick Mast and Kenny Wallace. Row 16 today, Dick Trickle, the Wisconsin veteran, and Terry Labonte, the '84 national champion. Row 17, T.W. Taylor, his second Winston Cup start, and Bobby Hamilton, the former Rookie of the Year. Row 19, it's going to be Jimmy Horton there, winner of a pair of ARCA races on this track, and Dave Marcus in his 728th start. Row 19 is Kenny Bouchard and Kerry Teague, and rounding out the field, it's Clay Young and Johnny Krebs out of California. And we're down for racing today on TBS. Coming for a start from Bobby Hillen's car as they come to the line. Pace car coming off. We're ready to go racing. 200 laps, $800,000 at stake. There's the break. Gets it underway.
Ken, what you have to watch for here is this race starts. They can't pass until they cross that start-finish line. Then they go 4 wide.
Not much prudence being shown there as they dart and dive 4 and 5 wide. Now get it down to 2 abreast to the 14-degree banking of turns number 1 in this short chute up to the tunnel turn, that critical turn on this track at 8 degrees.
Ken, this is the toughest corner on the track. You carry a lot of speed in this corner. It's real flat. Go over these 2 tunnels. Are real hard to handle over that. The guys really got to stay on top of the car early to get some heat in those tires right here.
Well, there you see Schrader jumping out in front from the early going. On board with Bobby Hillen as they come down to the 6-degree 3rd and 4th turn area. Old fairgrounds kind of corner here.
Yeah, this thing is 6 degrees, but when you're in the race car, it'll take 6 the wrong way. The car really rolls over in this corner. It seems virtually flat from inside the race car.
And look at them bounce. And you're following right behind Ted Musgrave in that U.S. Air Jasper Engineering car down this 3,700-foot straightaway. As you watch them dart and dive, there's a lap around this Pocono International Raceway, and there's 199 to go to the side. This Miller 500 today. Whoa, somebody gets a very high ride.
Musgrave way right wide going down in that corner. Go over Derek Cope's car.
Park your camera in the first of those 2 short chutes. Derek Cope having a very good qualifying run for Cale Yarborough. Up in front, it's Schrader leading, Elliott second. Morgan Shepherd has moved into 3rd. Ernie Irvan is in 4th. Ricky Rudd in 5th. There you see Elliott chasing Schrader. Ford tracing Chevy in that same groove through 3 and 4.
Ken, I can't help but think here, Bill Elliott has such a seat. He has not led a lap in Winston Cup racing this year. That's unbelievable. And I think that's the first challenge he wants to overcome right now, lead this race.
4th place battle. Earnhardt to the inside. Mark Martin in the middle. Ricky Rudd up on the outside. You might have seen that he stopped on the backstretch. I think he was adjusting his wheel before we got ready to go here today. Earnhardt on the bottom. Gets himself a bit of a hole and picks up some spots. Gets under Rudd. Give him 6th position now on the field.
They've got those Jericho transmissions in his cars. They shifted to 3rd gear at that corner. They're running through this area of the track in 3rd gear and over the tunnel. They shifted back to high down the front straightaway.
Look at Bobby Labonte hug the inside here as he comes into turn number 2. Right behind him is Derek Cope in that Bojangles number 98 for Cale Yarborough.